Hello, Mr. Johnny.
Hello, Manny. How are you?
I'm wonderfully blessed as always, sir, and so are you. And
Absolutely.
congrats on Laurel Canyon. I loved seeing how music becomes the glue that bonded these talented people together and created a magical moment in music history.
Yes, it did.
It's all about love, like your fantastic band, Mr. Johnny.
Absolutely. It's all about love and respect for one another.
That's right. So, what got you interested in joining the documentary and lending your voice and your insight?
We wanted for people to actually see and hear from the musicians who actually lived there, from their point of view, what it was like living at that one moment in time where all of this music converged and the musicians converged in one tiny little area that basically took over the world of music for until this day. That music is still a major part of everyone's life, and that started in that one little area.
That is right. And also you've worked with Little Richard. Tell us your experience with the fantastic legend.
Little Richard was just a mint. She was a wonderful human being, a very interesting man, a fascinating man. He was just a multifaceted individual, but the most things I remember is just the wisdom of the man. He knew this business and he knew the pitfalls, and he gave us really wonderful advice, how to navigate the music industry. So I love him for that.
Oh, well, the documentary also talked about racism during that time, a very explosive time. Paint the picture for us, Mr. Johnny.
Well, the civil rights movement was going full force then, and we wanted a group that reflected ourselves, our own beliefs, and reflected the times in which we lived. So we purposely chose to have an integrated group. Of course, we did not want to be typecast as R&B. And back in the day, if you were black, you played R&B. We played rock and roll, and so we wanted people to experience rock and roll without any stereotypical, nonsense that was prevalent at the time. But the civil rights movement was happening, and there was a lot of turmoil. The anti-war movement was happening. All of this is converging, and then you have people coming of age, finally getting out from under their parents, and all of this is happening at one time. People coming of age, and then you have places in this country that were still back in the Stone Age, like certain places in the South,
Yeah.
and trying to navigate all of that, especially at a young age, because when love first started, I was 16, just got out of high school. And so you got a very young kid, trying to deal with it. And it was fascinating, but it was also frightening at times.
Yeah. Now, when you look back at that moment in time, Laurel Canyon, what was the one thing that you missed the most?
What I miss now is I miss the camaraderie, miss walking out the door and seeing Frank or Jim Morrison there, or the people in the Byrds, David Crosby. I miss that because we were very, very good friends. We saw each other all day long, every day. And now we rarely see each other. We may talk on Twitter or Facebook or something, but seeing each other in person, we just don't do anymore because everybody is scattered.
Yeah. And you did mention that one place in time where all these artists converge. Do you think we'll ever have another sort of mythical Laurel Canyon again?
I don't think it's possible for that because I think people are way too polarized at this point. Back then, we just came together and we were all of a common interest and common goals. And I don't know if that can happen again. Sometimes it's just, magic happened, and we happen to be a part of that and living through that. And I don't think it can happen again.
That's why it's called a place in time. And one last quick question though, Mr. Johnny, how are you keeping your spirits up during the pandemic?
Well, I'm actually cool. We live in a wonderful little area here in the Verdugo Hills above Glendale, and we're dealing with this thing. But um, if you just take it as a part of life and not look at it as something, first of all, we were fortunate enough to I don't have to go to work every day in order to sustain my life. And so that's quite different than most people. So, and I'm grateful for that, but we just live and take it day to day.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Mr. Johnny. Good luck and congrats on everything. And keep being positive.
Absolutely. You too, Manny. You take care.
All right, bye bye.